Hello everyone, it's me Clayson. I just finished watching Fate's Stay Night Heaven's Feel 3, Spring Song, the final film in the Heaven's Feel trilogy for Fate's Stay Night. And when it comes to the Fate's Stay Night visual novel, it's basically considered one of the greatest visual novels of the modern age, with three different routes: Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel. And while Fate has been adapted once by Studio Dean, and Unlimited Blade Works has been adapted twice by Dean and Ufotable took it upon themselves to turn Heaven's Feel into a trilogy of films. And while many of us were wondering if they could stick the landing with this third film, I can safely say they definitely managed to end this with a great finale for a great trilogy. But let's get to the story, shall we? After the events of the first two Heaven's Feel films, and after Sakura has been completely corrupted, Shiro, Rin, Elias Veal, Kirai Kotomine, and Ryder all have to deal with Zoken, as it's clear the evil old man has very much made good use of his new corrupted mate, his corrupted daughter, you could say. And with Shinji out of the picture, it looks very much like Sakura is the one that's going to win this Holy Grail war, and her tortured life will ultimately only get more tortured unless Shiro and the others do something about it. So the film is about ending this route of the Holy Grail war, while also having Shiro deal with the final battles of that route, as well as working with Ryder to take out Saber Alter, who Shiro still has to ultimately deal with, considering she saved his life on countless occasions, and now he has to fight the servant he was assigned. But that's basically all I'll tell you without spoiling much. As expected with Ufotable, the animation of the film is simply spectacular. When it comes to the normal dialogue scenes, there's a lot of detail in the 3D model environments, as well as the 2D characters. But it's certainly the action scenes where Ufotable excels the most, particularly in Ryder versus Saber, where the fast pace of the fight, the incredible amount of detail in every single clash, and especially the crazy finale involving noble phantasms, it shows that Fate absolutely works its best when it's a visual spectacle. And it's something that Ufotable has done for the series on several occasions, and this time is absolutely no different. But what makes this film special, and in my opinion the best of the trilogy, is how well it handles Sakura's character. From her corruption into dark Sakura, into delving more into her past, and delving more into her relationships with Rin and Shiro and Zoken. It basically shows her torment, it shows her actions leading up to this moment in her life, and also shows how things can still be changed despite the fact that she has done a lot of things that many would consider irredeemable. It's definitely a very human performance that her voice actress gives, and I really did love seeing Sakura become the person she becomes in the film and how she eventually manages to come to her final choices. I could say the same for Shiro as well. Shiro, of course, is a major character in all the Roots of Fate, but I do think this is Shiro at his best, considering how much the relationship between Shiro and Archer is also looked at, especially since Shiro has Archer's arm on him for the film. It definitely does show how much he's willing to go through for those that he loves, and how much of a hero he ultimately becomes at the end of the story. And I also love Kirei Kotomine's part in the story. He was always sort of a morally ambiguous character throughout most of the Roots, in my opinion, but I think this shows his desires and shows his regrets at his best. And he also just gets to be a badass in most of the scenes that he's in. But the other characters, Elias Veal, Rin, Berserker, Assassin, and Ryder, they all get really good moments. And I certainly believe that people who underestimated Ryder really need to give this film a watch before they do that again. And I'll certainly say that not only the ending and the epilogue of the film perfectly sum up Fate throughout this Heaven's Feel run. It's darker, it's grittier, but it also has a sense of humanity that makes those dark and gritty moments hit so hard. It's ultimately the film that fate deserves to end on when it comes to this particular route. Now, if only Ufotable could animate the first route, then we could forget about that Dean adaptation. But for now, I'll just say that Heaven's Field, a trilogy, gets a 9 out of 10. See you next time.